Folks, we thank you for coming to Ellijay today. My name is Dwight Sanford. Some call me Mr. Ellijay. Here's a little song I wrote. I hope you learn it note for note. The bank says it's foreclosing and the pickup needs repair. The LP tank's on zero and my will is almost there. The hope I had left with you when you walked out the door. I would say things can't get worse, but I've been wrong before. The postman brought a letter. He said he needs my signature. He don't know you had to go and the way you left me here. I told him I don't love you. Oh, but the Lord knows I still do. And He knows just what I feel inside and the things I'm going through. My brother said there's a bottle that'll make this go away. You could drink until it's over or until my dying day. I could do all this and make believe I don't care anymore. And I could hope it don't get worse again, but I've been wrong before. The boss man called from work today. He left a message on my phone. I called in to talk to him to see what's going on. They're laying off across the plant, employees by the score. I would say things can't get worse, but I've been wrong before. My father said there's a bottle that'll make this go away. I could drink until it's over or until my dying day. I could do all this and tell myself I don't care anymore. And I could hope it don't get worse again, but I've been wrong before. And our country's going straight to hell on a highway paved with hope. And if we keep playing around with this, we'll hang by our own rope. Thank you. Thank you very much. Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountain, Shenandoah River. Life is old there, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, blowing like a breeze. Country roads take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home country roads. All my memories gather round her, miner's lady, stranger to blue water. Dark and dusty, painted on the skies, misty taste of moonshine, teardrop in my eye. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country road. I hear her voice in the morning hour. She calls me. The radio reminds me of my home far away. I'm driving down the road. I get a feeling that I should have been home yesterday. Yesterday. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads, country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads, take me home. Country roads, take me home. Country roads. Thank you. If I'm known for anything good in this world, it'd have to be for singing this song. There's a long line of mourners coming down our street. Their fancy cars are such a sight to see. They're all of your rich friends that knew you in the city. And now they finally brought you back to me. The papers told of how you lost your life, of the party and the fatal crash that night. The race on the highway, the curve nobody's seen. Now you're riding in that long black limousine. Well, now when you left home, you told me that someday you'd be returning with a fancy car for the whole town to see. Well, everybody's watching now, and I guess you finally got your dream. You're riding in one of them long black limousines. Through tears years I watch as you ride by, with a chauffeur at the wheel, dressed up so fine. I'll never love another. My heart and all my dreams are with you in that long black limousine. I'll never love another. My heart and all my dreams ride with you in that long black limousine. Thank you. I got to get my guitar out of tune to do this one. Listen to this, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to reveal my age. In 1978, I played the first one of these that they had. Okay? At the time, it was called the Kusawati River Festival. And it changed over to the Apple Festival after that. I played that very first thing. And to that very day, it was a day just like this one. And Bo and Daisy was here. Bo and Daisy came that day with the General Lee, and they parked it right out there, and I was singing to them, but I didn't sing this. Just a good old boy, never meaning no harm. Beats all you never saw, been in trouble with the law since the day they were born. Straightening the curves, flattening the hills. Someday the mountain might get 'em, but the law never will. Making their way the only way they know how. That's just a little bit more than the law will allow. Just a good old boys, wouldn't change if they could. Working the system like a true modern day Robin Hood. Making their way the only way they know how. And that's just a little bit more than the law allows. Just a good old boys, wouldn't change if they could. Someday the mountain might get 'em, but the law never will. Making their way the only way they know how. That's just a little bit more than the law allows. Making their way the only way they know how. That's just a little bit more than the law allows. Just two good old boys. Well, he didn't have the boy with him that day. He had Daisy Duke. And I saw her in my dreams for 4 months following that. I don't know if I'm okay yet or not. There you go. Here's a pretty little song that tells a story about a fella that was born to a mother who was really young. Could that be you? She was just 16 and all alone when I came to be. We grew up together, my mama, child, and me. Now things were bad and I was scared, but whenever I would cry, she'd calm my tears and drown my fears with a rock and roll lullaby. And she'd sing sha-na-na-na-na-na-na, it'll be alright. Sha-na-na-na-na-na-na, just hold on tight. Sha-na-na, thank you. Sha-na-na-na, it'll be alright. Nothing soothes my soul like the sound of a good old rock and roll lullaby. Now we made it through the lonely years when all the nights were long. We dreamed of better moments while Mama sang her song. And I can't recall the words at all. It wouldn't make sense to try. I just knew lots of love came through in that rock and roll lullaby. And she'd sing sha-na-na-na-na-na-na, it'll be alright. Sha-na-na-na-na-na-na, just hold on tight. Sha-na-na-na-na, sha-na-na-na, it'll be alright. Nothing soothes my soul like the sound of a good old rock and roll lullaby. Nothing soothes my soul like the sound of a good old rock and roll lullaby. Sweet little song. Here are the Lions Club ladies. Thank you. By the way, somebody brought some money up here and throwed it down. I want to tell you this. If you feel like giving any money, I'm going to give it to the special friends. And I'm also giving the money I'm making today to the special friends. So if you want to give something, I'll hand it straight over to them, every penny of it. Well, let's break into some, how are we doing so far? Y'all enjoying any of this? You liking it? You liking it okay? I want to shout out a big thank you to ETC Television. It's our local, not so local. They run from Turtletown to Ball Ground. They cover all that in Murphy, North Carolina, too. It's a television station. They have security, internet, and everything. They're fine folks. They're recording this live today, and I thank them very much. You want something snappy? Okay, snappy it is. My name is Dwight Sanford. You got t-shirts and CDs over here. If you see anything, hear something you like, it's probably on one of those CDs. You know what that is? How could you? You'll recognize it. Uptown got its hustlers, the Bowery got its bums, 42nd Street got Big Jim Walker. He's a pool shooting son of a gun. Yeah, he's big and dumb as a man can come, and he's stronger than a country horse. And when the bad folks all get together at night, you know they all call Big Jim boss, just because they say you don't tug on Superman's cape, you don't spit into the wind, you don't pull the mask off the old Lone Ranger, and you don't mess around with Jim. From out of South Alabama came a country boy, said he was looking for a man named Jim. I'm a pool shooting boy, my name is Willie McCoy, but down home they call me Slim. Yeah, he was looking for the gang on 42nd Street, driving a drop-top Cadillac. Last week he took all my money, and it may sound funny, but I come to get my money back. Everybody said, Jack, don't you know? You don't tug on Superman's cape, you don't spit into the wind, you don't pull the mask off the old Lone Ranger, and you don't mess around with Slim. Well, a hush fell over the pool room when Jimmy come bopping in off the street. And when the cutting was done, the only part that wasn't bloody was the soles of the big man's feet. Yeah, he was cutting about 100 places. He was shot in a couple more. And you'd better believe they sung a different kind of story when Big Jim hit the floor. Everybody said, Jack, don't you know? You don't tug on Superman's cape, you don't spit into the wind, you don't pull the mask off the old Lone Ranger, and you don't mess around with Slim. Yeah, Big Jim found out where it's at. He found out you don't go around hustling people strange to you, even if you do got a two-piece custom-built pool cue. Yeah, you don't tug on Superman's cape, you don't spit into the wind, you don't pull the mask off the old Lone Ranger, and you don't mess around with Slim. What a racket, what a racket. Thank you so much. Y'all like old Merle Haggard? Yep. Y'all like him? The mighty Merle. We lost him some time back. Anyway, this features a pretty tough little guitar lick done by Roy Nichols. That was his guitar guy. But I will attempt it. You know why, don't you? Ain't got no better sense. Never did learn better. It's called A Fight Inside of Me. I hear people talking bad about the way we have to live here in this country. We got a Haggard fan in the house now, I know. Harping on the wars we fight, griping about the way things ought to be. Well, I don't mind them switching sides and standing up for things they believe in. But when you're running down our country, you're walking on the fighting side of me. You're walking on the fighting side of me. harping on the wars we fight, griping about the way things ought to be. If you don't like it, leave it. Let this song that I'm singing be a warning. When you're running down our country, man, you're walking on the fighting side of me. Well, I read about some squirrely guy that claims that he just don't believe in fighting. And I wonder just how long the rest of us can count on being free. They love our milk and honey, but they harp about some other way of living. When you're running down our country, man, you're walking on the fighting side of me. You're walking on the fighting side of me. Harping on the wars we fight, griping about the way things ought to be. If you don't like it, leave it. Let this song that I'm singing be a warning. When you're running down our country, man, you're walking on the fighting side of me. Old Merle does it every time, don't he? Now here's one by my favorite bunch. Are y'all leaving? You gotta eat, you hungry, ain't you? Here I stand, head in hand, turn my face to the wall. If she's gone, I can't go on, feeling 2 foot small. Everywhere people stare, each and every day. I can see them laugh at me, and I hear them say, hey, you've got to hide your love away. Hey, you've got to hide your love away. Could she even say love will find a way? Gather round, all you clowns, let me hear you say, hey, you've got to hide your love away. To hide your love away. The fabulous Beatles. My name is Dwight Sanford. My great-great-grandfather, Hezekiah Sanford, is buried here. His son, Henry Sanford, is buried here. His son, Bill Sanford, is buried here. My daddy's buried here, and I reckon if I can get anybody to take care of it, be buried here as well. All of my bunch is from Ellijay, Georgia. You could not get more Ellijay than this guy right here, okay? And I wrote a song called Welcome to Ellijay. And a bunch over at ETC started calling me Mr. Ellijay. And I've been called a whole lot worse. So I'll go along with it. This is a fun little song. Now, you're going to like this one, okay? It's a whole lot of racket for just a guy and a guitar. Well, here I sit high and getting ideas. There ain't nothing but a fool would live like this. Out all night and a running wild. My baby sitting home with a month-old child. I said, dang me, they ought to take a rope and hang me high from the highest tree. Y'all want me to do it real fancy? Okay, high from the highest tree. A woman, would you weep for me? Now roses are red and violets are purple. Sugar is sweet, but so is maple syrup. I'm the seventh out of 7 sons. My papa was a pistol and the son of a gun. I said, what'd I say? Dang me, they ought to take a rope and hang me high from the highest tree. A woman, would you weep for me? Well, I've been out drinking with the other guys. There were 6 rounds bought and I bought 5. Ain't that how it goes? I spent half of the groceries and all of the rent, like $14 having 27 cents. I said, what'd I say? Dang, you ought to take a rope and hang me high from the highest tree. A woman, would you weep for me? Thank you. What a time it is. It ain't been so funny since Daddy took the training wheels off my bicycle. Y'all want to get serious now? Speaking of daddies. An only child, alone and wild, a cabinet maker's son, whose hands were meant for different work, and his heart was known to none. He left his home and went his own and solitary way, and he gave to me a gift I know I never can repay. A quiet man of music, denied a simpler fate. He tried to be a soldier once, but his music wouldn't wait. Little distraction, I don't know what that was. He earned his love through discipline, a thundering velvet hand. His gentle means of sculpting souls took me years to understand. The leader of the band is tired and his eyes are growing old, but his blood runs through my instrument and his soul is in my eyes. A math has been a poor attempt imitate the man. I'm just a living legacy to the leader of the band. My brothers' lives were different. They heard another call. One went to Chicago, but they both loved alcohol. And I'm in Colorado when I'm not in some hotel, living out this life I've chose and grown to know so well. The leader of the band is tired and his eyes are growing old, but his blood runs through my instrument and his song is in my soul. My life has been a poor attempt to imitate the man. I'm just a living legacy to the leader of the band. Thank you. Thank you. You're so kind. Well, I feel pretty good today. Do y'all feel okay? I feel good. I got my best jeans on. Wait. That don't count anymore, does it? That was in 72. Yeah, okay. I used to have his favorite jeans. I had to have them every time I went to town. Now I just... Which ones look less stupid? Let's see. We'll find them. Here's a little train song. You like trains? Well, they gave him his orders in Monroe, Virginia. Said, Steve, you're way behind time. This is not 38. It's old 97, so pull her in dispenser on time. And he turned around and said to his black greasy fireman to shovel on a little more coal. And as we cross that white oak mountain, watch old 97 roll. Now all you ladies, you'd better take my warning from this time on and learn. Never speak harsh words to your true loving husband. He may leave you and never return. He'll be rolling down the grade making 90 miles an hour when the whistle begin to scream. If found in the wreck with his hand on the throttle and scalded to death by the steam. My old brother used to sing that song all the time. Actually, he sung it and I played it. Well, not too many of you have left. I think that's a good sign. Maybe I'll just stay too. Here's one you'll recognize. Thank you. That's all I need. Get electrocuted. I went to a garden party to reminisce with my old friends, a chance to share old memories and sing our songs again. I got to the garden party, they all knew my name. No one recognized me, I didn't look the same, but it's all right now. I learned my lesson well. See, you can't please everyone, so you got to please yourself. People came from miles around, everyone was there. Yoko brought her walrus, there was magic in the air. And over in the corner, much to my surprise, was Sister Hugh's hitting Dylan's shoes, wearing his disguise. But it's all right now, I learned my lesson well. See, you can't please everyone, so you got to please yourself. Played them all the old songs, I thought that's why they came. No one recognized me, I didn't look the same, but it's all right now. I learned my lesson well. See, you can't please everyone, so you got to please yourself. La da da da, la da da, la da da da. Don't do 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 do. Thank you. Hank Williams, anybody? Hank Williams Sr. Like him? Well, I don't do your cheating heart and cold, cold heart and all that. We're going to do some deep cuts. What do you say? It's a song called Thy Burdens Are Greater Than Mine. Traveling down a lonely highway, I knew not where the road would end. Not a penny in my pocket, all alone without a friend. In a little country village, I saw a man there who was blind, and as I helped him cross the highway, oh Lord, I see his burdens are greater than mine. I can see the light of day, I need not fill my way. Yes, the burdens are greater than mine. Then by chance I passed a graveyard. I saw a young man kneeling there. there were some roses. On his lips there was a prayer. On a stone these words were written: your soul is God's, your memory mine. And as I watched, I cried in sorrow. Oh Lord, I see your burdens are greater than mine. I can see the light of day, I need not fill my way. Yes, the burdens are greater than mine. Old Hank could write them, couldn't he? I'm going to do you one more and take a short break. Then I'll be right back. This song needs no introduction, so I'll introduce it. We got other artists coming in. That's going to be good. Who, what? We got Dave and Nadine coming on here next. Good local artist. Well, now. Give me a ticket for an aeroplane. Ain't got time to take a fast train. Lonely days are gone, I'm a going home. My baby just wrote me a letter. Yeah, I don't care how much money I gotta spend, I got to get back to my baby. Lonely days are gone, I'm a going home. My baby just wrote me a letter. Well, she wrote me a letter, said she couldn't live without me no more. Listen, mister, can't you see I got to get back to my baby once more? Anyway, yeah, give me a ticket for an aeroplane. Ain't got time to take a fast train. Lonely days are gone, I'm a going home. My baby just wrote me a letter. Well, she wrote me a letter, said she couldn't live without me no more. Listen, mister, can't you see I got to get back to my baby once more? Anyway, yeah, give me a ticket for an aeroplane. Ain't got time to take a fast train. Lonely days are gone, I'm a going home. My baby just wrote me a letter. 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 She didn't send any money, she just wrote a letter. That's all she wrote. If she wrote any more, she didn't mail it.